How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another video here. Today I'm just going to be sighting in my hunting 22. I've got a Rock Island Armory TM22. It's a 10 round 18-inch barrel. As you can see on the end there, it is threaded, which is awesome because eventually I plan to put a suppressor on it. Right now that suppressor paperwork is in, but I'm in the abnormally large waiting period at the moment, so as soon as that comes back from the ATF, I will have a suppressor for this gun, which is right on. I've got a Bushnell Banner 2 up top there. It's just a little 4x12 scope. I've had good luck with Bushnell stuff, so I'm going to keep on keeping on. This here is a gun that I painted in my garage, camouflage colors, as you can tell. If you want to check out that video, I posted it a few weeks ago. I'll try to link it here so you can see that. And then I've got a Eagle scope cam on the end there. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Real quick, let me tell you something I like about this TM22. What Rock Island Armory did with this gun, which I thought was pretty neat, that stock is just a standard AR-15 buffer tube style stock mount. So you can swap that out for any stock that you like that could fit on an AR-15. This is the one that came from the factory. I'm not a huge fan of it. It does work great for off the shoulder, but if you're in the prone or shooting off a bench, it's not ideal. So I'm going to probably replace it with a Magpul fixed stock or something like that. The grip is also interchangeable, so if you've got any kind of AR-15 grip that you're really in love with, you can feel free to swap that out too. And finally, before we get to the action here, this is my brand new Eagle Vision scope cam mount for my GoPro 7. Yes, I'm living in the old school days, still have a GoPro 7. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit wary of this thing at first. It had to ship from England and it was a little bit complicated to set up, but let me tell you what, it is very much worth it. This thing is awesome. It takes a second, you gotta change the lens out in the GoPro and do all kinds of fancy stuff, but once you get it set up and dialed right, it is awesome. Previously, I'd been using a scope cam that mounted just an iPhone to your scope, and it worked all right. You got okay videos out of it, but I really do think it affected your accuracy, your ability to take a good group of shots. So with this thing, I know you can get a great group. You can still look straight through the scope and not have to worry about if your quality's coming out right or not. So I highly recommend this. It is a little tricky to set up at first, but once you get it dialed, you are golden. Alright, with that, let's get to the action. Alright, so here's the results of our 25-yard first round here. The very first shot I took was with zero adjustment to the scope, so it was just kind of a basis to get started on, and we went from there. So I didn't really take a group shot there because I just wanted an idea of where we were shooting. After that, I took a 3-rounder, realized I was still a little bit low and left, and then I took 5 shots. I'm still a little bit left, so I adjusted a couple clicks to the right, but at 25 yards I should be hitting low, so I didn't adjust up. I saved that for when we went out to 50 yards. So without further ado, let's go on out to 50 yards. So I may be a little off base here, but I'm going to call this a good 0 for now. You could maybe count the 2 top shots there as flyers and the bottom right as my group, but for now my average lands somewhere in that half-inch circle, and that's good enough for me. So I'm going to call this 0. I'm not going to make any more adjustments, but I am going to shoot another couple groups just to confirm my 0 here, and because this whole Eagle Vision scope cam thing is still new to me and I'm trying to get used to it. Alright, so here's my second magazine downrange at 50 yards. Overall, it's a decent looking group, but I'm going to go ahead and start making excuses now. I believe where my group should be landing is right here to the lower right of the target. And if you look at that isolated group, it's actually a pretty decent group. It's about a ½ inch at 50 yards. I think the reason why I'm getting all these semi-flyers around that group is because my eye relief isn't perfect with that Eagle Vision cam mount on there. Next time I take this gun out, I'll slide that scope cam mount as far forward as possible to give me the best eye relief I can get, and we'll try it again. For now, I'm just going to leave you off with one more group that I shot. It was a round of CCI subsonics in preparation for when that suppressor eventually does come in. I didn't make any adjustments to the scope. I'm not trying to zero it for these at the moment, just wanted to see what a group of them would look like and test them out. So thanks for watching. Enjoy this last little group, and I'll see you in the next one.